Okay, so in the first installment of Gearing Up with SBRE Brown, we're going to look at this baby. This is my pouch, this is on my belt every day, every time. When I leave the house, this is with me. It's that simple. I've got a bunch of tools in here, 2 multi-tools, there is a flashlight, there is a lighter, and there is some extra survival stuff, all very basic. This is not going to allow me to survive the zombie apocalypse, but everything in here has a function. I use everything in here, and I want to show you what this is all about. So let's have a look. Okay, so let's see what this first part of my everyday carry gear is all about. This is a Leatherman pouch, and what I really love about this pouch, first of all, it's leather. Leather is a natural material, it's quite strong, and this has definitely seen a bit of abuse, as you can see here, but it just holds up very, very nicely. I like that. It has a strong popper button, which I like. I like these side pockets. I'm going to come back to that in a sec. What I really like about this pouch is that you can carry it vertically and horizontally. And what I mean by that is that you can see you can loop your belt through it like this, and then you would be carrying it like that, so your belt would be like that. Or you can carry it like this, because there are loops here, and then you stick your belt through and you carry it like this, just parallel to your belt. What I like about carrying it in this manner, as opposed to that manner, is that when you move to the side, this doesn't push into your side. Clearly it's not sharp, it's not going to cut you, but it is unpleasant. And if you carry it like that, as you can see, it sticks out quite a bit from where your belt is, and that means that you are going to feel that, and then suddenly you notice how many times a day you actually move like that, which is a bit unpleasant. Okay, what's in the pouch? Let's open up the pouch and see what we got. There's a couple of tools in here, and let's just go through them one by one. And then in the end I'm going to talk about the pouch for just a second. So first thing I did is I put a little bit of electrical tape there. You can hardly see it. It's black, same color as the leather, but the clip of the tool slides over this continuously, and I didn't want to damage the sides of the leather too much so they don't end up like that. So here we have the first tool. That's my main tool. That's in here. I'm just going to put it out here, and then I'm just going to go through the different tools. Here we have the second. That's a tool combination. I'm going to put that out. And then I have my little flashlight, which is in there. And then what's very nifty about this pouch is that there is a little, it's a little difficult to see and make the camera pick this up. Of course I have a flashlight, that's what I should use. You see there's a little pouch in the back of the main pouch, which you can pull out. You can put some flat object in here. For example, I suppose a Leatherman bit kit could fit in here, for example. Alright, then you have the pouch, and here you have my final tool pack. So, just talking about the tool, you know what, let's cover the pouch first. So, simple pouch, leather popper, a strong popper button, then you have this sort of elastic material which forms that pouch on the inside. And then you have 2 pouches on the side, which I like a lot, because usually that is dead space, but now that's actually turned into a little pouch. And you have a little lip, which you can just grab, and then you can pull it open and pull out whatever is in there. They are fairly spacious. I can just slide in my little finger, so there's quite some space in there. And of course it is elastic, and I'm assuming that at some point it's going to lose that stretch a bit, but for now, for the months that I've been using it, it's really been holding up quite well, so I'm quite impressed. That's all there's to it. It's open on the bottom side, so if you walk through the rain and for some odd reason you get water in there, it's not going to stick in there. It can just run out, which is not a bad thing. It's sturdy, it's seen a lot of use, and yes, you see some discoloration of the leather and stuff, but it really keeps up well. It doesn't tear off. I'm quite impressed. Okay, tool-wise, what do I have in there? Well, let's start with a little flashlight. This is a Fenix E05. Small flashlight, but I like it. I think it came with a little ring, It did not come with a clip. That's from a Fenix LD01. It was a limited edition. The clip can be removed. I like a clip. If you wear a hat or a cap, you can clip it to that. You have hands-free light. You can clip it on stuff. The little split ring is useful. You can hang it from the ceiling of a tent or whatever you're doing, or just, you know, put it up somewhere. I like that a lot. I have forgotten how many lumens this is, but I'll add that to the description. It's a simple flashlight. I'll switch it on for a sec. Definitely gives you some light for such a small light. I think it's not bad at all. And what I really like about this light, and that's one of my reasons for choosing this one, not just that it's very small, but it takes one AAA battery. And pretty much no matter where you are in the world, every supermarket will stock these. Whereas if you have those really specialized camera batteries or whatever, I mean, you have to find a shop that sells them, whereas these things are very, very common. There is no button, so you can't accidentally push it and switch it on in your bag or something, or in the pouch. You really have to twist it to switch it on, and it only has one light setting. Nice knurling there. It's pleasant to hold. It's small. I like it. Okay, what have we got here? Well, this is just a little bit of comfort for me. So what I have here is a small Ziploc bag, just to keep it waterproof. And in here are 4 items. I'm going to take them out. First of all, there is a small button compass, which is actually not bad at all. And this one is really small. This is that flashlight, which is already quite small. Here you have a fountain pen, so it really is a very small button, but it really works. It really gives a very, very decent approximation of north, south, west, and east. Yes, we have our phones, but sometimes I just want to navigate with a very simple analog thing and not be dependent on, you know, batteries that can run out, etc. I have used this. I love it. It's small, it's little, no air bubbles in it, works well, and it's a pretty consistent little compass. Furthermore, there is a jumbo paper clip. Yeah guys, this is just a MacGyver situation thing. A paper clip has many uses. You can bend it, you can use it for prying into objects. This is a very thick one. It's very thick metal, so it's not one of the super flimsy ones. You can use this, and if nothing else, if you don't want to play MacGyver, just clip a couple of documents together. It's always useful to have something like this with you. You never know when you can use it. Here is one Band-Aid. It's very simple. It's just a Band-Aid, nothing fancy, but I happen to cut myself quite a bit, not because I carry Leatherman tools, but my motor skills are a little of dubious quality, let's put it that way. So just a Band-Aid. I have definitely had use for this. Even in the office, you know, just a paper cut and you can do something about it. So just it weighs nothing, takes up almost no space, just a little bit of, you know, protection for yourself. Here I have B.R.E.'s Priorities of Survival Pocket Guide. This you get this with all of the B.R.E. tools that Gerber makes. I like this a lot. I really don't think I'm going to use this, but it's just a bit of comfort. It's printed on a type of plastic, so even if this is made wet, it will not disintegrate. It just gives you basic stuff, basic navigation skills, how to set a snare, how to tie a knot, how to get water, how to make fire. You know, some very basic survival things, and it even has a little ruler on there, which is actually not bad. You know, if you have to take some quick measurements, you get them in inches and you get them in centimeters. It's pretty useful, even in an office situation. If you just need to take a few measurements, you can just pull this out if you're really in a pinch. And of course, for those really hardcore survivalist guys out there, yes, you could use this as a water collection device, although it will really not hold more than a few sips. But in my case, it'll just hold my Band-Aid dry, keep it dry. Alright, here we got my small tool setup. This is 3 very simple tools, and I love all 3 of them. Let's start with this one. On a small Night Eyes S-Beaner, I have the True Utilities Fire Stash. I keep a little bit of red electrical tape around it. It should be waterproof, but just to be sure, you open up this little baby, and what you got here basically is a Zippo lighter. which is you just put Zippo fluid in it, you can refill it. It's always good to have a lighter. You never know, when you smoke it's useful. Obviously I don't, but starting a fire, it can be useful. No, I'm not a pyromaniac, but you know what I mean. Fire is always useful if you're very cold or whatever. Here we have a true utilities telescopic pen. There you go. This is a ballpoint pen. It's a decent size. I have used this thing a lot. It takes Fisher Space Pen refills. I don't seem to be able to open it up right now, but oh wait a minute, sorry, I was holding it a bit too highly there. You see, just these Fisher refills. Very simple stuff, but with this you always carry a pen. It takes up almost no space. Look how small it is as compared to a normal sized pen. I mean, this is about the cap of this pen, right? You always have a pen. Really, I've used this a lot. Here you have, this is my small tool, a Leatherman Style CS. I love this tool. It's small, it has quite a lot of functions, and the reason I carry two multi-tools is what I'm going to explain you right now. When you open this up, it's not a pair of pliers. These are scissors, and in an office situation, which is what I'm in usually, these come in super handy. I've lent this to colleagues who needed a pair of scissors, couldn't find it. You can cut stuff with it. You can cut your nails with it if you're in a pinch and you got little, little hooks on them. So very, very useful. On here also is a small nail file. Works pretty well, I have to say, and a small flathead screwdriver. I love it. Especially the file can come in useful for a bunch of applications. Also, you have a small knife. Don't be fooled by its size. It may be small, but it's you got a bit of 550 paracord, and you cut through it like a knife through butter, literally. So super sharp and just very, very small, so very useful. Only downside is it doesn't lock, so it can't snap shut on your fingers, and that would be a pretty deep cut, I'm afraid. I love little pair of tweezers. You got a thorn, you got a little splinter, whatever, you can take it out. Very easy. Here you have a carabiner. The carabiner is useful for, snapping this onto stuff. You can wear it on your trousers, the loops of your trousers if you got issues with your pouch or whatever. And also, this is a bottle opener. I personally don't drink alcohol, but I once was at a symposium, and at the end of the day, there were a couple of beers. It was a nice late summer day. We went out. There was a yard close by. My colleagues brought a couple of bottles of beer, and then it turned out that they were not screw caps, but actually the pop caps, and there was of course no bottle opener. Nobody took one with them, and we just used this, and it worked excellent. So I mean, just a little extra tool. Now this is the main tool, and this is what I use quite a bit. The Leatherman Skeletal CX. I love this tool. I really am a big fan of this. It's not a big Leatherman. There are much bigger ones. It doesn't have 20 different functions, but I think that what this thing has counts. And for me, in my situation, this is all I need. So what we have here is a knife. This thing is razor sharp. This will take the hair off your arms. So pretty good thing. Again, here we got some of that 550 paracord. You don't even feel the resistance. This thing is distressingly sharp. Also, it locks, liner lock, so you can't accidentally have it snap shut in your fingers. I love the way this tool is shaped. You have a little thing spat out for your finger there. This bit is slightly rounded off to put your thumb on there. And because the tool is not so big and thick, it is almost like holding a regular knife. You don't have the thickness of all kinds of extra tools added in there, which I think is very, very pleasant. And you can see there is some holes cut out to save weight. Very pleasant to use, and altogether 15.4 centimeters length, which means that in my country you're allowed to carry that. It's not too big to carry on the street. Just put that away. You got the same carabiner system as on the Style CS, so bottle opener and carabiner. You have a big hole there. I didn't say that, but same thing goes here. It goes for this one. You can put a lanyard through it and just hang around your neck, for example. opening up this tool. This one does have a pair of pliers in there. Very simple. You got your needle nose, your round pliers, and you have your wire cutters. This tool has definitely seen use. You see a bit of a dent there. I mean, this thing has been around. Again, pleasant to hold. It's not spring-loaded, but it's pleasant to hold. This shape is very nice to put your hand on. I love it. I think it's great. Smooth operation, very pleasant. Now, the nice thing about this tool is that it has a little bit there. It's one of those Leatherman bits, which means they're a bit flatter than the bits you typically buy for screwdrivers and stuff. This is a Phillips number 1 and number 2, so you have two Phillips bits with you at all times. They're in there securely. I mean, you can pull them out, but I mean they're in there very securely. They will not just fall out. You really have to exert some force, and of course there's a little pressure thing to keep them in place. And then finally, what I love is that they actually use the space very smartly, because in there is a second bit. And you can of course put any Leatherman bits in there. I put this one in it. This one came with the tool, again seen quite a lot of use. This is just 1/4 of an inch and 3/16 of an inch flathead. So with this I think you have covered a lot of your screwing needs, but clearly if you need, that sounded very badly by the way, but I mean unless you really work with a lot of hex screws or that kind of stuff, of course you can put those bits in. You just have to buy them separately, but you can put those in to adopt this tool to your situation. Adapt this tool to your situation, sorry. And that's it. So always on my belt are all these items. Every item has proven its worth in my, well, everyday life. This is not going to keep me safe from the zombie apocalypse, but I think it's a very decent way to carry some tools that will help me through pretty much everything I encounter every day. I hope this was useful. Please remember, knives are sharp, so be careful when you use them. Use them in a responsible manner, and that's all there's to it. I hope this was useful, part 1 of my EDC stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.